It's mud season in the high valleys and hollers of Appalachia. The snows are mostly melted, rains have arrived, and the ground has thawed. I know all of this means soon there will be sparkles of spring, the ephemeral wildflowers. Then the beech, oaks, maples, and aspen will leaf out again. But at the start of mud season, the trees and bushes are still gray and bare, and the ground is deep, dark, wet, cold mud. The kind of mud that is so slick your foot will easily slide out from under you. And yet it's so sticky that picking yourself back up is a challenge. The suction that mud has once your boot sinks in makes for an extra workout for your legs. Now, if you're walking along a trail and come to a particularly wet patch, you're supposed to walk straight through it. Tiptoeing along the drier edges actually causes more harm, widening the trail and destroying the ecosystems along that edge. So yeah, it's better to go right through the mud. Ick. Why would anybody want to go out when it means going through that? Especially when we can just stay where it's dry and warm. But then how do we get to see those wildflowers as they pop through the mud? How would we have a chance to find the morel mushrooms or ramps, that wild garlic to forage? During mud season, local outdoor enthusiasts share a phrase: embrace the suck. Yep. Here, suck is both a reference to what the mud does to the boots and a poke at our disdain for things that aren't just right. Looking for a hiking trail that's dry? Forget it. Embrace the suck. Looking for an indoor activity because the weekend is a rainy washout? Maybe just go outside anyways and embrace the suck. Because that's what it takes to see those tiny bluets, the trout lilies, the wild violets. You have to trudge through the rich mud that feeds those flowers. I've been attempting cross-country skiing at Whitegrass, a ski center that celebrates every small joy, including the mud. Once, happy and tired after a lesson and some practice, I was approaching the lodge, and I didn't manage to stop myself before the snow became muddy grass, which did stop me in my tracks and sent me splat. The teacher watched this and asked if I was okay, and then he saw the smile that was plastered on my face and said, "Hey, what happens at Whitegrass stays at Whitegrass." Mm-hmm. But I looked down at all that was stuck to my pants and my jacket, and I let him know some Whitegrass was coming home with me. I don't know when I developed a disdain for mud. As a kid, I would grab the garden hose and fill a depression in the lawn. And then barefoot, I'd stomp that puddle until the grass was torn up and the dirt became mud, and it would ooze between my toes. I loved it. But somewhere along the way, I must have heard that mud wasn't good. It's dirty. Stay out of it. Thank goodness for all those who remind me to embrace the suck, to remember how much joy can be found in mud, and through that joy, to find how much grows out of that rich, nurturing decomposition that is the mud.